Wait, Shine, how do I look?
Good.
Okay. You want to make sure. Okay.
I'll start. We're so excited to speak with you today. Benicio Del Toro, Mercersburg class of 1985. Today we'll explore his career, ask a few questions about his journey in acting and film, and talk about the impact Mercersburg Academy has had on his life.
What drew you to acting in the first place?
Everyone is an actor. Everyone, every human being is an actor. Everyone, you act differently in front of different people. Mm-hmm. You act differently when you're hungry or when you're thirsty, you know. So the difference in being an actor, like we're all actors, is I do interpretations. I do different characters in different movies. And interpretation is the skills of being an actor. You hone them down, you study it. I studied it. I studied with Stella Adler, among other teachers, but that was the main one, the Stella Adler technique, it's called now. And that interpretation is really understanding what the writer and the director are trying to say. And as an interpreter, you have to find the writer in you, the director in you, to tell the story. Meaning you have to understand the story so you make an interpretation of the character in the story. Mm-hmm. No work of art is ever finished. It just stops at perhaps the right time. And yesterday they showed pieces of some of my movies, and I look at them and I go, whoa, I could redo that. Give me another take, you know?
What's your favorite part about being an actor?
Let me tell you, I think my favorite part is the research, the investigation aspect of the characters that you play. And for example, I have played policemen, right? So I have made friends with DEA agents or policemen, and I understand their profession and how difficult it is, and how exhausting it can be being a policeman, where every day your life is at stake. So I've learned to appreciate and understand perhaps things that I might have not understand, but thanks to acting, I've traveled in that way to understand someone else's profession. Or I did a movie about Che Guevara, and I learned about not only the man, but the history of a country, the history of a period of time, and let's say from the 40s to the 60s. I did a movie called Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Mm-hmm. And you learn, because I was an actor in it, I spent time with the author, Hunter S. Thompson, and I learned a little bit about the process of being a writer. Mm. And I saw the work, and I was very close to that. And so I learned, and so then after that movie, I took a real interest in reading, and I started reading writers from all over the world, and I read from Dickens to Tolstoy and to, and that movie kind of was the one that sparked that, started that fire, So, and I went into that movie just as an actor.
Have you ever had a role that changed the way you see yourself or the world?
I would say all of them, in a way, do. They're going to change me a little bit. Man, I'm like water. I'm not Bruce Lee, but I'm like water. Okay, so, but yes, I think all of them. I got a couple movies coming out. the Phoenician scheme that is coming out, and that's kind of like that makes me reflect a little bit about my relationship with my daughter, because I play a father in that movie, and so makes you think about what's important, you know.
What makes a script attractive or appealing to you?
That it tries to tell the truth. That is original.
Yeah.
I think you can tell when a writer is telling the truth. And by that I don't mean that he's just telling the truth because he's telling you he's from this place, and it's just that what he's talking about, he knows something about it. Mm-hmm. And if he doesn't know, he did the homework to make me believe that he knows, or that she knows, right?
Do you have a routine to get into character or a role?
Read the script at least, I don't know how many times, 8 times, 10 times, 12 times, whatever it takes. Get to know it. Get to have it in your head. Remember, when you shoot a movie, it's not in order.
Yeah.
So you better be, it's like playing Twister, that game where you put the hand here, leg over here, da, da, da. So it's like, so if you don't know the board, you're gonna fall. I was taught by Stella Adler not to go for the words right away. I want to understand what the character wants. Where is the character coming from, and where is he going? That's very important.
Why do you stay connected to Mercersburg?
I think I owe to this place something, part of me. It did change me. I think more than any other place that I've been for 4 years. But yes, it did. It just all these little things come together, and then you kind of like realize the influence and the way it has changed you from being alone to being with a group of friends, listening to the Rolling Stones or playing basketball or whatever it was. It made me prop me to make a decision that changed my life, which was to become an actor. Mm-hmm. I also get something from you guys, This is my rehearsal for camp. But there's a why Mercersburg. In a way, it's because it did something for me that I just I don't take it for granted.
How does it feel to be back in campus?
The feeling as I come into campus, which is a beautiful campus. You guys are lucky to study here. I was lucky to study here. I've never really stopped being a student, and I don't think you can stop being a student if you're interested. So I get maybe at a lesser degree because I'm not going to take any tests or have to do any homework while I'm here. But believe me, I'm going to be doing homework after I leave here because I got work to do. But you get that feel. I get that feeling, and it reminds me that I didn't stop being a student when I graduated here, when the dinosaurs ruled the earth. So I that's one thing, one good reminder.
What do you wish prospective students and parents knew about the school? What would you want to say and tell them about the school?
It made me more of an individual, the process of being here And it allowed me to take the chance and say, I want to be an actor. Because I didn't come from a family of theater or cinema. I was expected to do this. And I think Mercersburg gave me if anything, gave me the guts to just say, I'm going to go for this. And you know what? It doesn't, we're all in progress. It doesn't stop.
Stop.
It doesn't stop. It'll keep evolving. And yeah, it's the process is what's fun.
Yeah.
And this is just one step. So the process keeps happening when you go to college and when you go, whatever you're going to do after college and all that stuff is the process. And the process is the fun part. You don't need to achieve anything. Whatever you achieve will happen, right? But the process is the fun part.
Yeah.
It's what should be fun.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. It's really, really great. I feel like
You're welcome.
I've been imparted a lot of wisdom.
We're so grateful.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
it was amazing.
Yeah.
It's a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for coming here.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. Have fun. Have fun.
Yeah.
You know, take it all in. Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay.